Hey, Happy New Year. This is Jovhannah, and I wanted to come on and do a crystal energy reading for the week. So I started doing like a weekly reading on Sundays, and then life happened, things changed, and I kind of got off track from doing that. My hair is a little wild, so don't mind me. I'm loving like this whole lock journey. I'll be 4 months on the 20th. So I started my locks September 20th of last year. And I love the process. I love everything about it. It's time for me to wash my hair, but it's been super cold and I wasn't gonna do that. I'm debating if I'm gonna lock my daughter's hair. Savvy is my youngest, and she'll be 3 in April. And she does not like getting her hair done at all. She's very much a busybody. So I'm just talking while I'm shuffling the cards, and yeah, so I don't try to force her to sit still and do her hair. It's just not something that nah. So I'm thinking maybe I will start her locks for her birthday or around her birthday time anyway. So I hope that 2018 is being a beautiful, blessed, blissed out, amazing year for you so far. I will say that the end of 2017 really ended on a high note, and the start of the year was a little rocky, but I think a lot of that had to do with because there was that super moon, and just a lot of energy was shifting at that time. So I'm excited about this year. I can tell that there's going to be some really big changes coming up for me. I've been getting a lot of messages about releasing and surrendering. So, at the start of the year, we can try to cling to old habits and old ways of being. And sometimes we really just need to surrender, let go, and allow something new to come in. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a card. I've been shuffling for quite a while, and I could not find the book that goes with the card deck, and I actually just found it before I hit record on the camera. I was just saying to myself, like, I wonder where this book could have been. And a few weeks ago, right before the new year, I rearranged my bookshelf. So I moved a lot of books from one bookshelf to the other, and I turned around and looked, and guess what I saw? Just sitting there on the shelf, the book. And I have not seen this book for a couple months. So I'm actually really excited to have it back because I just like how in-depth it goes when it talks about different crystal energies and things like that. So I'm gonna just kind of pull a card for the overall energy of 2008. And I remember in some of the last videos that I did, there was Moldavite, and the energy of that card is about transformation. Overall, as a whole, like there's a lot of transformation happening within our personal lives, within, society, within government, within the world. So there's like a humongous shifting going on. And that energy is still carrying through. I can still feel, different areas of change, and we're seeing it, So if you pay attention to and I'm not really big into pop culture. I do not watch TV. I don't even have a TV anymore. And a lot of times people are like, oh my gosh, you need to watch this show. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't have a TV. Like, it sounds good. And sometimes I'm like, do I really want to get a TV? It would be nice, but I don't really think I want one at this point. And as you can see, I'm already ready for Valentine's Day. I got these at the Dollar Tree. This is like a little heart chalkboard. And then I like this. It says love each moment, and it's glitter hearts, and it's about love. So yeah. Okay, so the energy for 2018. What are we looking at this year? What is going on for us in 2018? Okay, I think I'm ready to pull. Oh, that's interesting. So I pulled an elemental card, which represents earth. So I'm guessing that there's going to be a lot of connectedness, a lot of grounding. We see the Green Mountains, so a lot of people are just coming into power, where you can kind of see a little bit of snow here, where spring is coming. So maybe that winter hibernation, it's time to break through, it's time to reach new ground. Water represents emotion, and as you can see, like, water is kind of flowing there, so it's going to be really important to pay attention to your emotions. Make sure, and you can kind of think of winter not necessarily as being negative, but it is that time of the year where things are a lot darker, it's colder, the ground is harder, a lot of things die off during that time. There's not a lot of growth. So you can see maybe taking that transformation coming through. So like that negative energy of those dark days, those dark nights are melting, and now that water is flowing. So process any negative energy, release it, and allow something new to come through and spring forth in your life. So that was just my intuitive reading based off of this card. And then I want to go in and just see exactly what the earth element means. Now, earth is something that, and I don't want to get into like the physical nature of it, but also it's a reminder really to take care of our home, because it's the only one that we have. And it's so funny because I got sucked into watching videos on Instagram, and there was this little girl who was saying the prayer for the family, and it was just really long and really cute. And she said that, she said we need to take care of earth because it's our home, and that really struck a chord with me. And so it's very divine that I just pulled this card. So on the card, we see the mountain who is sleeping under the snow, and that does indicate a time of rest and recuperation after a long season of hard work. Earth occupies the place north on the Great Wheel, which represents a time of retreat deep within to regain your strength for the coming season of growth and activity. So that kind of does touch into what I was talking about. Earth is also about manifesting the energy of life. So remember how I said kind of transforming those emotions and releasing it, letting it flow. So if we begin to start to think about the positive things that we want in our life, in our relationships, then we can start to manifest those things. And it also just really touches on your security, your survival, having the things that you want and need for your life. So earth is the manifestation of the energy of life. It can mold matter from energy and creates in this physical realm. So the actual way that we are right now. So start to think about the type of relationships that you want, the things that you need in your life. If you don't have a vision board, and I usually have mine over here, it's in my room now. But create a vision board of the things that you want to manifest in your life, in your relationships, in your bank account, all of those things. So, of course, earth houses nature, Mother Earth. So find ways that you can connect with the earth, reduce your toxic footprint, and kind of come into alignment with earth, right? So, and I talked about how earth relates to our issue of survival, and that's where a lot of grounding comes from, like being connected in the earth and that root chakra energy, because you do want to feel safe. You want to feel secure, and not that you're in survival mode all the time, like you're not fighting for limited resources or anything like that. So you want to be able to ground yourself, eliminate excess and unwanted energies like those negative thoughts that we talked about. Also, negative people, places, things, situations, circumstances, anything that's not going to allow you to grow, you want to go ahead and let those things go so it's not hindering you. You don't want to stay in the winter longer than you need to be. It's time to spring forward. It's time to shed that heaviness, that dead weight, that dark energy, so that you can come into a new way of being. So this is the densest manifestation of light energy, which is our physical world, earth, all of that. So when you connect with the element earth, you can start to understand the lessons of how light becomes manifested. So I'm going to talk a little bit about manifestation and kind of like the law of attraction a little bit. And this goes for any area of our lives, our relationships with ourselves, with the people around us, with money, with whatever it is. So number one, your thoughts are actually things. Okay. Number two, everything is energy. That's how thoughts become things. We think about a thing for a very, whatever your mind is fixated on, that's what's going to appear in your life. So the more you think about lack, the more you think those negative thoughts, the universe is going to send things. You're going to be aware of the things that support your thoughts. So when you start to change your thoughts to abundance, to love, to positivity, to hope, to joy, to faithfulness, to all of those positive vibrations, that's what you're going to start attracting to you. So be very aware of how you feel and how you think, because how you feel lets you know whether or not you are in alignment. If it does not feel good, then that means it's not sitting right with your spirit. It's not sitting right with your soul. So that lets you know, like, hey, we need to do something a little different. The problem is people will feel bad and will keep doing whatever it is that makes them feel bad. So, okay, I'm trying to think of an example that I can use. Okay, donuts. I like donuts. I love Krispy Kreme Hot Now donuts. There was a video I saw maybe on Facebook, and there were like donuts from all around the world, like all different types of donuts. And I was just like in awe, like, wow. So wait, what was I talking about? I got distracted because I started thinking about donuts. Right, so donuts. Donuts, they taste wonderful. They are full of sugar. They're very sweet. If you eat a lot of donuts, you're going to get a tummy ache. It's not healthy. You cannot survive off of donuts alone and get all of the things that your body needs to sustain life. So, like, I don't want to compare donuts to negative thoughts, though. That's not going to help me and my sweet tooth. But okay, let's talk about that, right? Because if you eat a lot of sweet things, donuts, candy, whatever, eventually you're going to start to get cavities, right? That's kind of how negative thoughts work. The more you think about negative thoughts, the more negative energy latches onto you. And there are preventative measures, right? So like you can brush your teeth, you can floss, you can brush your teeth more, you can oil pull, you can go to your dentist, right? So those are some of the measures that you can take to combat those negative or those unhealthy habits of eating too many donuts, too many sweets, right? You can go to the gym, you can have days where you don't eat donuts. You can restrict your consumption. I'm really thinking about donuts, y'all. Okay, so let me go back to, so with negative thoughts, right? Pay attention to your emotions. Once you start to notice yourself feeling icky and negative, start to think of positive thoughts. Start to think about something great about yourself, some sort of accomplishment, somebody in your life that you love that's really going to shift your energy and have you thinking positive, feeling good again. If you are not aware of how you're feeling, why you feel that way, it's going to be really hard to start to change things that you may have going on. If you know when you get around certain people or you go certain places, it brings the worst out of you or it does not feel good, you have to limit or stop partaking in those situations. You have to learn to say no. So prayer, meditation, affirmations, yoga, exercise, spending time in nature, going for walks, those are some of the things that you can do to combat those negative thought processes and that feeling down. Write an appreciation list for yourself. Write about the things that you've accomplished. Write a letter to yourself telling yourself how much you love you. Outline the great things about yourself. Do whatever it takes to lift yourself up. Surround yourself with positive people. So those are some of the things that you can do to keep your vibration high, keep your energy level high, keep your emotions high and positive. I'm still thinking about donuts, guys. My foot kind of went to sleep. Sorry, I'm trying to like tap it out. Okay, so let's talk about the earth again. So back into the earth and the manifesting energy. So the amazing thing about earth is that it is where manifesting takes place. So when you get in alignment with those high vibrations and you start to keep your thoughts focused on the things that you want for yourself, you really start to see really big shifts come into your life. And this year is the year to manifest. And I just got this like message, like this is the year to manifest your life. It's the year to manifest your dreams. So don't be afraid to let go of the past. Don't be afraid to do new things, because this is the season, okay? If you want a fulfilling relationship, if you want to live a life that you love, it's time to start manifesting it. That is already knowing that you have it. That's doing the things that you would do if you have it. So you have to do and you have to be, and then you will have, okay? So we're not going to focus on whatever didn't work before. We're not going to focus on the things that we lost before. We are going to focus on the things that we desire, the things that our heart really truly wants. So if you do not know what it is that you want for your life, if you don't know what type of relationships you want to have, if you are unsure, get really clear on that, okay? Figure out who it is that you truly are. Figure out who you want to be, how you want to show up in the world, the type of life that you want to live, the type of relationships that you want to have. Figure that out. Get super clear, and then be so intentional about bringing that out of you. It might mean you lose friends. It might mean that you're single for a little while. It might mean you distance yourself from toxic people in your family. It might mean that you spend all your time studying. It might mean you spend all your time, working to create extra income, to invest in whatever it is that you're trying to do. But do it, because this is the time. The door is open. Now you just have to walk through it. Walk through the door, make that house or that room or whatever is on the other side of that door, make it yours, because this is your season. This is your time. All right, back to the earth. Like, I'm so excited. Like, it's really talking about really connecting with the earth and being able to manifest. Oh, sorry guys. Who was it? Somebody's word for this year, Epic April, I love her. Her theme for this year is manifest everything. And that is just beautiful. She shared that the other day in one of her Facebook lives. And that's just really beautiful. So I'm going to close out. But before I do that, I want to talk about, because this is in here, and I already talked about the earth and our survival and our security. And it's important that we're not destroying as we seek to survive. And this is like a whole societal issue, because we've been having, talks about recycling, about global climate control, global warming, and just all of these different, animal rights, human rights, all of these different important topics about respecting earth, right? And not pitting people to fight for resources that are abundant, not using resources that are destroying when there are other resources that are more enriching and supportive and renewable. So I will say this, and this is directly from the Crystal Allies card book, which I absolutely love this. And I'm so glad that I made this video. I just really felt called to do it, and I'm glad that I did do it. So please share it, like, comment, all of that, because I want to hear from you. I like engagement. I like talking to people. So I want to know that, you know, this helped you in some way. So it says, we have not only begun to destroy our own means of survival, but the means of survival for all of the beings that depend upon this planet, plant, animal, and human. It's time to reopen the channels of abundance from the universe to its children. To do this, we must reconnect with the Earth's energy, and in doing so, reconnect to the bounty, strength, and vitality that the Divine Creator has promised all of its children. That's so beautiful, and I'm not going to go too much more into that because I can talk about this all day long. And I've said this in plenty of these videos. We live in an abundant, just in an abundant world, in an abundant universe, and in an abundant earth. The idea of a lack and the idea of struggle was created. Just like all of a sudden it became really cool to be a side chick, to not be honest in relationships, to, you know, like, things are being glorified now that were not glorified before. People think it's lame to be in a relationship. People almost refuse to be in a relationship. People are afraid to say that I am in a relationship because we're so afraid on missing out on something. But we live in an abundant universe, right? So love is everywhere. And we're so afraid to give and receive love that we'd rather miss it because we don't think that one person can fill us up. And that's how abundant the energy of love is. You can be fulfilled in a relationship, but you have to be open to it. And that's the same thing, like, the earth can sustain us. We can tap into the flow of abundance and love and life and money and other resources. But first you have to tap into it. You have to refuse thoughts of lack, thoughts of separation, thoughts of struggle, and get into the flow of abundance. Like the water flowing from our mountain, we got to get into the flow, okay? It's through the connection to the earth that we receive an abundance of material prosperity, of energy, of strength, and support. This elemental ally has come to you today to let you know that all of the resources you need are available to you now for the asking. Are you asking for what it is that you need? Prayer, meditation, let it be known. Whether you pray to God, whether you pray to Gaia, whether you honor, you know, the moon, the sun, whoever, however your soul gets fed, however you get your connection, ask for what you need because it will be provided. So draw upon the immense store of energy within the earth, giving back your gratitude and blessing of light. Ground yourself, okay? If you don't know how to ground, and maybe I'll make a video on this later, but you stand tall like a tree. If you do yoga, mountain pose is a really great, and we talked about the mountain, right? Mountain pose is a really great way to ground yourself. So the way my camera situation is set up, I can't do it and show you. But you want to stand tall like a tree. Plant your feet firmly on the ground. You want to kind of straighten up your shoulders and just stand tall. pull your upper torso, your head toward the sky. Make sure that your body is in alignment, as if somebody just kind of pulled a string from the top of your head and everything is in alignment. Everything falls in line. Your feet might need to be, I want to say, hip width apart, and you just stand there, arms by your side, and you are tall, and you envision yourself to be a glorious mountain or a magnificent tree, and just feel roots growing from your feet down into the earth. And when you connect to the center of the earth, feel the energy of the earth coming up your body, up your toes, into your feet, up your legs, just connecting and really being at one with the earth. It's beautiful when you do it standing outside barefoot in the sun or under the moon, however you like it. It's a little too cold for me outside, so I definitely won't be doing that. But if you don't mind, that's a really great way to ground yourself and connect with the earth. I always have a crystal with me. This is black tourmaline. It's really great for grounding as well. So I hope that this 2018 energy reading, all about you manifesting the life that you desire, letting go of that does not serve you, thinking thoughts of love, abundance, faith, gratitude, positive vibes, right? Positive vibes always. So that is what our 2018 energy is all about. So I want you to connect with me in the Spiritual Love Circle. It is my digital sisterhood for women who are ready to glow up in love and life. And we are going to put this manifesting energy to good use this year, let me tell you, because I have some amazing things that I want to manifest too. So let us all win, because there is enough for all of us. Again, connect with me at bit.ly/spiritual love circle. I want you in my tribe so we can manifest greatness together. Peace.